everybody. My name is Rickie Byars, and welcome to Soul Fulfilling. Joining me today is Life Coach Ade, Anifa Woshe. Joining me from the UK, and all of you. So come on, dial in, and we're in for a very, very good discussion. I look forward to these discussions. Hey, Marion. Sulingo, Kimberly Powell, hey Cheryl, everybody coming on. Come on in the room, yeah. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room, hey Kiana. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. Said I'm thankful, thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I surrender. I am one in the spirit all around me. Surrender. Surrender. And I trust in God. Yeah, I remember, we are one in the spirit all around me. I remember to trust in God. Said I'm thankful. Lisa Michelle. Eileen McCullough, I thought I saw Giuseppe in the room. In the spirit all around me, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Success money, and I trust in God. Eileen, well, I trust in God. Well, I trust in God. I trust in God. Oh, I trust in God. And I know you're already taking a deep breath. I'm going to take this beautiful gift of a stick given to me by Sue Lingle. I'm going to hit this crystal bowl. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one. We are one in the spirit all around us. The spirit is all around us. A very powerful healer told me yesterday, 99% of us is invisible. The 1% that we can see is the smallest bit of who we are. That song says we are more than flesh, we are more than time. And so I'm thankful for the spirit that is who we are, that we can return to this place right here and right now, where we specialize in loving right now. Thank you, dear infinite spirit, and we allow it to be. Ashe. Hey, oh wow, they're coming on tonight. So how are you doing, Life Coach Ade?
I'm specializing in loving me, loving all, loving this moment. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm going to find this song by. There's a great singer named Ty Stevens, and Ty lives in New York, but he's part of the Montclair CSL. I think it's Montclair with Reverend Michelle Wadley. And
Okay.
but Ty is great. He's a great artist. He sang for years and years and years with Harry Belafonte, but he has his own group called Soul Jazz with two A's, Soul Jazz, and he has a new CD out called Spirit Rising, and he has another one called Good Medicine that is really great. He's brilliant, brilliant friend of mine, and but I met him when I was in my 20s, and he sang the song that I co-wrote with the father of my kids, who was my husband at the time, and the song is called "Let's Specialize," and it's such a sweet song. And I forgot about that song. I was taking a shower the other morning, and I just started singing this song, and I say, one day I'm gonna sing that song for Ade and his beloved, and but the name of the song is "Let's Specialize."
Let's specialize.
Let's specialize in staying in love and being in love.
Ooh.
Let's specialize in being in love. It's
Yeah.
like, well, y'all want to hear the song, or y'all want to?
Yes,
Y'all,
yeah,
y'all
I
wanna,
do.
Hey, Ananda Leak. Oh my God, we got some friends. Well, I don't
Ananda's
know, y'all.
calling
I
me
should have
Yellow
practiced.
Ade.
I should have practiced.
No,
What is
no,
it?
this is it.
Was it the way? I'm saying, was it the way? Was it the way that you were walking? Was it the way I turned around? Could it have been that we were ready to have our worlds turned upside down? Maybe it was that perfect timing brought us together face to face, just to specialize in loving at the same time and in the same space. Ain't that sweet?
Yes. Yes.
I
That's
mean,
a spiritual
it's
practice.
and it's funny because it's a love song, but it's really a love song for all of us. Think of what it would be like if we just specialize in
Yes.
being in love. Making your day is my fondest pleasure. You make my life a dream come true. Lifting you up each time you stumble. Watching your smile come shining through. Holding on tight as times get crazy. These are the things we both can face, 'cause we specialize in loving at the same time and in the same space. Let's specialize in being in love. Boom, boom. Let's specialize in being in love. Let's specialize. What y'all think about that? Shimmy shaking. So
Yes.
Ty Stevens used to sing this song. We did a song on him, and we never got any mileage off of it, but it was a great song. It was a great song. So check out Ty Stevens when you get a chance. One of the greatest singers ever, and he walks the talk and talks the walk. So I'm glad y'all like that song. Well, you like that song, Ade?
I love it. That's a spiritual practice. Romantic relationship is an opportunity for us to learn to specialize in true love.
Yeah.
And, we go into it sometimes like, we'll see what happens. I feel like romantic relationship is romantic relationship and parenting are the highest form of spiritual practice in my book. And I really believe that's what we're here to do, to specialize in love. And we're always given, or there's always an opportunity that feels like a test, that feels like a challenge, to specialize in love. Instead, we give people F and say they failed, but we missed the fact that it was an opportunity. Now, loving somebody doesn't mean we stay with them. People get that kind of truth because love, I always say love would strip you naked. Love
Yes.
invites everything. Love is acceptance. Love is freedom. So
Yes.
if we start our day every day saying I'm
Yeah.
specializing in love,
Yeah.
ooh, that's a higher call. That's a
Yes.
higher call that we're here to live. We can do it.
Yeah.
We just bring ourselves back every time we feel like, ooh, we did less than we had anticipated. But specialize in love, that's the journey.
Yeah.
And love is here to surprise us.
Yeah. And I wrote those words,
Wow.
Well, I wrote the
So
song.
you've been doing this love thing for a long time.
Well, I've been doing, yeah, I have. I'm a lover.
Lover of the sun, of life, of humanity.
Yeah, and when you said parenting and what's the other romantic love or the
Romantic relationship.
romantic relationships, well, those are certainly high on the list, but I'm telling you, it gets really high when you're out in the street doing service too, because you realize that it stretches you in ways that you weren't prepared for, just like parenting does, and just like romantic relationship does. I just think that the practice of knowing how to be present with somebody, really present, is what we're talking about.
Yes. Woo!
How to be really, really
Yes.
present. That's a Libra with Pisces. Yes. So here's a shout out today to a beautiful writer that I discovered in the Daily Word this month. I'm still living off of my mother's subscription.
Did she write that in a will?
I need to go on and pay up. Oh, don't talk about the will. We'll talk about that next week.
Oh, okay. Can of worms.
Get that will, and then you won't go through what we've been going through. But this person's name is Tracy Riley, and Tracy, maybe it's Trace, but it's Trayce, Trace Wiley from the Kansas City area, and she is with the Unity of Prayer, the prayer ministry at Unity. Yeah, here it is. She's manager of the Unity Prayer Ministry, helping others find wholeness and peace through affirmative prayer is her joy. She lives in the Kansas City area. And I want to read, she did all the writings for the Daily Word. She did every day. And her writing is just so she just did a good job. And so with the way things are changing in my life, a lot of things are changing, and for the better, because I think change eventually is for the better. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's for the better, but sometimes we can only see right here. We can't see what's unfolding. And so, but I know that in an excellent universe, what's unfolding is always toward greater excellence. So it's for us to find it, for us to work toward it, for us to work within it, and being present is one of the ways that we get there. But not just being present like present, but present in the loving. Like Ade was talking about, specializing in love. We're specializing in loving, And so anyway, the wonderful Trace, I bet it's Tracy. You know how people spell the names fancy sometimes. So it's Trayce. So I'm gonna put my bet on Tracy. Balance. I couldn't have picked a better one. Okay. I attune myself to my inner rhythm and find my balance. Trying to find balance by adapting to outside rhythms may leave me feeling frustrated and out of sync. Today, I remember the key to a balanced life is found within myself, not in trying to emulate the practices of those around me. I find balance by taking care of my body and mind. I get the rest I need, seeking the proper mix of socialization and solitude.
Yes.
I pursue my hobbies and make time for fun. I am in spiritual balance when I give myself daily time for prayer, meditation, and my favorite devotional practices, like watching Rickie in the Bee Hood. No, it doesn't say that.
I was like, what?
I am in spiritual balance when I give myself daily time for prayer, meditation, and my favorite devotional practices. As I pay careful attention to my internal rhythms, I discover perfect balance. And the scripture that she has quoted is 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of complete rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work. It is a Sabbath to the Lord throughout your settlements. So that's from Leviticus 23:3, 23rd chapter, 3rd verse. But 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is a Sabbath. And I guess she quoted that because she speaks in terms of getting the rest that she needs and seeking the proper mix of socialization and solitude. I pursue my hobbies and make time for fun. You know, if you're working all the time, you're not making time for fun. Some fun. But for me, the whole day is fun. So, as I pay careful attention to my internal rhythms, I discover perfect balance.
Yes. Before you play a song, we need to do tech duties live. We want to turn your audio up a bit. So if you go to the bottom where it says cam and mic,
Yes.
just click on that and then
Yes.
click audio.
Yes.
So everybody pretend we're on a break and you went to drink some water, so you're not even hearing this.
Yes.
So at the bottom, see where it says mic volume.
Yes.
If you turn that up a little bit while you keep talking.
Okay, like this, a little more.
Yeah. What is it on 80? Is it on 80? 80 something?
120.
Oh, Lord. Okay. That's
You
okay.
want it down?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Because-
that's better?
Yes. And just in case if there's somebody like me, sometimes, why is he asking her to do that live? Because she would tell me later, you should have told me.
Yeah, I'd rather you tell me so that everybody can hear.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me good now?
Mm-hmm.
Tavia
Yeah,
said
it's much-
that message was for her. Hi, Tavia. I thought of you yesterday. I was like, I wonder how my sister Tavia is doing. It's funny how people's names and faces and their essence just kind of flows. I love this community because I think of you even when we're not on this thread, and I know that something great is always emerging for us. And so thank you for showing up tonight. And as we specialize in living at the same time and in the same place. You know?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, the reminder, the check-in. We're not here that long. Like I was looking at some analytics with a friend of mine, and she was saying like, well, people don't stay on the whole time. I was like, I'm not looking. Everybody on the thread stays on the whole time. So people come and they go. But I'm just here to tell you, Life Coach Ade, and everybody in the field here, that to be here in this vibration of joy, of balance, of awareness, that something wonderful and magnificent is holding everyone here. That is wonderful. If somebody got to leave, goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby. You got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
There's no contract here. We are here for the glory of God. I love you, Ade. You say before you go into a song, I wasn't going to go into a song.
Okay.
Should I go into a song?
Well, why not?
No, I'll go into a song in a minute,
Okay.
Yeah.
She said, you don't tell me what to do. I'm bringing balance to this.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank the people that were here last week, Wachan and Martika, for sharing the whole evening with us. And now they are probably landing in Peru. Probably have been there for a while, but they left yesterday. And they've been my friends for many years. I've known them for like 20 years, and I've always said goodbye to them, and I just went on my way, right? Even when I'm in Peru and I leave them, it's like, goodbye, this was so good, But yesterday, when I said goodbye to them and I walked back up the driveway, I just cried, because they're such good people, they're such good people, and they give so much love. They love me so much, and they encourage me because they know what I don't know. They can feel sometimes what I'm not aware of about myself, and that I may never be aware of it, but they see it, and they just hold me in that. And so, like you do, Ade, but they were here, you weren't.
Keeping it real.
But here's a shout out to Martika and Wachan, and here's a shout out to Ayana Stokes, who helps us so much. And I want to thank Ayana for all the time that she's put into helping to build Soul Fulfilling with us. Yeah. Yeah.
And like last week when you did that song with them, with your friends, oh my God. I mean, because, you were talking about it. You did the song and he came in and it was just so magical. I mean, it was like hot. It was a hot communication. You couldn't plan that. There's just nowhere to plan that kind of thing. And the beauty of it. I mean, I don't know. I know I felt it. I'm sure the listeners, they felt it, but it was powerful. It was really a reflection of people coming together who love one another. Yeah. And sometimes you don't have to say much. You just do it,
Like Sue Lingle says, she says, you chanting with Wachan last week was so powerful. I felt like I was on the top of the mountain in Peru.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take another group. I'm going to go to Peru again. It's like something's happened in me. I'm telling you, I was shut down with the pandemic. I wasn't planning on, I thought maybe my days of traveling and taking groups to different places and doing concerts, that if it wasn't in town, I wasn't going. I mean, I was invited to go to Lancaster. I was like, too far. Lancaster, for those of you who don't know, it ain't that far from LA, but it's like, it's too far. I need a driver. I'm not driving way out there. I was just, something in me just didn't want to do it. But now something has shifted. Yeah. And because I'm ready, invitations to do concerts are coming in, and I was like, wow, because before the pandemic, I had a whole calendar of concerts, and then everything shut down.
Right.
Thank God for a little unemployment here now and then, but Social Security, and the grace of the good God. Good God. Well, but now it's like something is opening up, and I think that as things open, there's this opportunity for change, and wonderful things to rise up. So look for big changes.
And speaking of Peru and your friends, we had a conversation. I think it's important to share that here. We had a conversation after the show, and I think it's something that's worth highlighting. And it was a conversation about which is it Wachan or Wakan? Wachan. He had said something when his mother told him that the coffin in the house was for him because he died, and he woke up. And as he was explaining last week, and he was saying, people think it's evil. It hit me like, what? What hit me about it is, sometimes we get so caught up in our own little community and we judge it and criticize it. And I ignorantly, I guess, really thought, I don't know why, but I really thought the idea of judging God experience that's beyond logic and calling it evil was something that I just associate with my people, Yoruba people in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Because minds have been colonized, and a colonized Christianity is demonizing our culture still to this day. Mm-hmm. So when he said, I'm thinking, I would never in a million years thought anybody in Peru would think a God experience was evil. Mm-hmm. And, one of the things I said, it's like, I just realized it's a universal craziness. Yes. It's this universal craziness of denying the very thing that we're praying for, affirming for, visioning. Mm-hmm. Like when we pray, it can come in any way, in all kind of ways. But when it comes, like I shared an experience where I was having a moment and I said, okay, spirit, I just need a sign. I know that I'm connected. I know there are beings around me. And I kind of feel ridiculous that I'm asking this, but just give me a sign that you're hearing me. I was doing something on the computer and the door did something weird. I was like, what the is going on? And the door moved. And I was like, okay, that's not what I wanted, but that's what I asked for. I asked for it. It showed up. I got scared.
Man, that would have scared
like,
the mess out of me.
but I asked for it. It's like we asked for something. When it happened, we're like, I don't know if that's evil. I really just, I know for me, I'll speak for myself. I'm learning to just elevate my consciousness to match the things that I'm asking. It's like, if we're asking and praying and affirming and visioning and meditating, we got to increase our capacity.
Yes.
We got to increase the capacity or we end up judging the same miracle that we're praying for.
Well, and the song says love will take us higher. And love will also take us wider.
Yes. And deeper.
Yeah, and deeper. And deeper. It's like it's really amazing. I mean, and I tell my stories, believe me, I'm sure folks, who have small minds, when they hear my stories, and I talk all the time. But anyway, I love to talk. But and I got good stories.
And we love to listen to your talk.
But somebody who's judgmental and judging, and I never thought of until this moment that you were talking now about miracles and how people judge them, as evil. I don't know, because they don't come to me with that. They probably just took their little confused self and left the room or something. But man, I'm telling you, I had asthma, terrible asthma, and a medicine woman came to my mom. But listen, I had asthma, wait a minute, because they was giving me anything to eat to shut me up because I was so greedy.
Just give us something to eat.
Just give her, and they started me on like, pablum and oatmeal, that kind of stuff. To like, just give her something so she stop crying. She's just hungry. The girl
Keep feeding her.
So anyway, I developed a bad case of asthma, which happens a lot of times when children are not just, drinking the breast milk, but they're eating all this other stuff. And, and the legend was like, I would drink whatever the milk they gave me and I just throw it out the crib.
Like, what is this?
So the lady, when I was able to walk and everything, she took me out into a bush, and she cut a lock of hair, and it was a special tree, and she broke a limb and put a lock of my hair inside of the tree, and she says when she grows past this height, then she will, there won't be any more asthma, and there wasn't. Yeah, the only trace is that I can't hold notes as long as Jamie Lula can.
That's how you measure it.
I'm sure it winded, but it's like, so I've made it work for me. But it's like that is like it's pretty profound. Women get in a circle and they're praying, and they're praying. Yes. They have a piece, an item of a child's clothes that's suffering, and they're praying for this baby, for this young man who's got sickle cell, who's about to die. And they pray and pray and pray and know the truth their particular way. And he's healed. He's healed of sickle cell anemia. And those of you who don't know what sickle cell anemia, just do the research. I don't even want to go into it.
Right.
But this kid had sickle cell, and this child was healed. And we've seen healings. Everybody on this thread knows about somebody that healed. That healed, like something happened, that something was made right. Yes. That everybody thought would be wrong. And then this order showed up. And so if somebody gonna call that evil, we already know they just,
they don't know.
They just don't know.
They don't know.
Gotta love them. Yeah.
I mean, A Course in Miracle talks
Jesus.
about miracles, that there is no order of difficulties to miracles,
Yes.
and miracles are a daily occurrence. Once again, when our minds have been colonized,
Hmm.
that we see miracles as something special that happens every now and then. I
Yeah.
mean, the idea to have a thought, breathe out words and speak it, and it goes through the ethers, and people all over the world can hear this conversation. It's a miracle.
Yes.
To pick up a phone, to dial a number, they're not in the same place with me. That's a miracle. We
Yes.
sanitize God, and it's like this thing called spirituality, man. If we sink into it, whoo wee,
Yeah.
it will strip us. It's I mean, right now I feel like the Western spirituality has got us as far as it needs to get us,
Say
but
that
it's
again. Say
it's
that again.
Western spirituality has
Yes.
gotten us as far as it needs to get us. It's time to do something different now. It's time to
Hmm.
go deeper. It's time to prove to ourselves that we can heal ourselves.
Hmm.
Not just for fun, not for fun, but to really know if it's just one thing that I know works. My father was telling me this weekend, someone in Nigeria, she had this pain in her hip and they weren't sure what it was. Eventually, they found out it was the cartilage has moved or something like that. And the bone were rubbing together. She went to the doctor. She went to the hospital. They wanted to charge her so much money for it.
Hmm.
And she couldn't get up. She was constantly in pain. And one day, someone saw her, long story short, gave her tobacco leaves, rubbed it on her thigh,
Yes.
and she had pain. She'd been having pain for almost a month or two,
Yeah.
and in an instant, tobacco leaf just rubbed it on the thigh, and it
Yes.
was gone.
Oh yeah.
It was
Oh,
gone.
oh, Wachan and Martika have they know lots of
Hmm.
things that heal. And they know
Hmm.
that some, that if there's inflammation, that's heat there. So they put the cold herbs on it.
Yes.
They know how to draw it out, without,
Hmm.
I mean, it was medicine before pharmaceuticals. And so, there's so many ways that we can heal through the herbs, you know.
Yes.
And so, we're finding our way back, you know,
Yep.
and we're open to it. So, thank you for taking us down this conversation, Ade. You know,
Soulful conversation.
yes, soulful conversation, man.
Now, soulful music's coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's
I feel it
see.
in my
I'm
bones.
trying to. Well, I saw Lisa Michelle,
Sorry.
who said she like her, because they'd given Lisa Michelle. She was dancing at the door of the next dimension,
Mm,
and we actually had a celebration of her life with her in the body
mm,
on her birthday, which was really wonderful. And that was like August 18th. Did I get
mm,
it right, Lisa Michelle?
mm.
And she is still here and getting stronger and getting stronger. So, just really, Clarissa Pinkola Estes writes about the old crone power of women who are past birthing years and the creative energy is transmuted into healing. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, these women that were praying in that circle, they weren't old crones. They weren't even at the crone yet. They were, but when you're young, everybody's old. So I thought they were old, but they weren't. They were like in their late 40s, early 50s, but they were like around in a circle, man. And in their language, they're chasing the devil out and the demons and stuff.
Mhm.
They're clearing it out their way and calling
Yes.
in and leaning on the everlasting arms, of God and doing it their
Mhm.
way. Like Dorothy James was here, she'd talk about the ancestors
Mhm.
and the angels and all that we're really leaning into, but we all have our language and our ways. But
That's
when you
it.
find somebody with a powerful faith who's really connected and who can
Convicted.
pray with you,
Yes.
hey, you're already blessed.
Mhm.
You're already blessed if you know somebody can do that.
Right.
If until you can do it for yourself, and even when
Mhm.
you can do it for yourself, invite others to hold you high, just like we're doing right here.
Mhm.
We're holding each other high. Someone needs a prayer today. Have you done your part? Someone's in despair this day. Have you prayed from the heart? So many are trying to find a way. They need the light, you know, for our prayers of love. Lifts them high. It heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. Our prayer of love lifts them high. It heals them, sustains them, and sets them free. Have you spoken the word today? Did you give your all in prayer? The world's in need of what you said. Did you answer the call and pray? So many are seeking the way to go. They need the light, you know, for our prayer of love lifts them high. It heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. Our prayer of love lifts them high. It heals them, sustains them, and sets them free. All right.
Prayer of love.
Yes.
We're specializing in love
Yes.
tonight.
And then we rest in God and say amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Gene. I think I gotta find Gene's, I think it's Watanabe, and Al Yankee, because we did a program together for New Thought Broadcast, New Thought Media, New Thought Broadcast. And she sent me this. She said I couldn't resist, because in it I talked about rest in God and say amen. And I say, regasa. And she sent me these in the mail, but that's so wonderful. Rest in God. Say amen and invite others to rest in God with you. I love this group because they lean on each other and say, hey, hold me in prayer. Hold my father in prayer. Hold my brother in prayer. Hold my sister in prayer. Hold this idea that I have in prayer. Yeah, just pray. Let's pray together. And prayer for me is like just knowing the highest and the best, but living from that. Not just saying the words, but living from those words. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the work. That's it.
The
That's
walking.
resting in God.
The walking.
That's resting in God. Yes.
Yeah.
Because when we do that, that's resting in God. God is right here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
in walking in God is okay.
Hey,
Let me calm down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hallelujah.
Yeah.
But don't you feel that? I remember Michael Beckwith said this. My beloved former songwriting partner. I like the way that sounds. He said this. He says the next form of spiritual work is practice. Like when you've gone through, learn how to pray, you learn how to vision, you learn all these things. But the next form is to really live it.
Yes.
And I heard him say that, and I was like, you ain't never lied. It is the truth. But I took it to heart. It's like, I want to live this stuff all the time. I want to live it. I want it to be the activity of my mind. You know, it's like it's another whole zone when your moments through the day are a meditation and a benediction. When it's not just like, okay, I'm meditating here in the morning. I'm going to take my time to be still. That's important, to take some time to be in the silence. But we're always with God when we wake up. And we don't have to say, you know, show me a sign, you know, because
you might get scared anyway. No, it's okay. I'm good with the sign.
Well, we have a song that says, oh yeah, Laverne and Lisa Michelle was saying, what is this? And all around you there are signs to light your way. I am here, right where you are. But will you remember me when the river's rising, and the seas are not calm, and the peace you felt yesterday is nowhere to be found? No, no. And you pray to be free and for the burdens to subside. Hold on, I'm the answer. And pray till you realize I was inside your soul the day that you appeared. My love contains your heart, but will you remember me? And all around you there are signs to light your way. I am here, right where you are, but will you remember me? Remember God is right where you are right now. Remember me. Remember me. And all around you there are signs to light your way. Lisa Michelle has a story. She says when she was in the hospital and things weren't looking good for her, there was a doctor that would come. And I think she said it was an Indian doctor. He would come and he'd stick his head in. He was like, you know, you can make it through this. You know, like he would go like, you know, you can make it. You can make it. Don't believe what they say. You can make it through this. You know, that's a sign like nobody's business.
Yes. And a doctor saying that, that's a sign indeed.
Yeah. That you can make it through this. You know, so whatever, you know, we're going through here, you can make it through. You know, we'll make it through. All right, Ade. You got something good to read to us tonight.
Ooh, Lord. Whew. Yeah, I do.
Want to take a moment before you do?
It's probably a good idea to read it in the state that I'm in, because then it will give it a different feel. Yeah, let's read it while I'm wide open. So this is a daily thought that I wrote. It's written for the month of September, but truth is timeless. So the affirmation is, my soul says yes. Your soul knows.
Yes.
It knows that all is well and everything is working out for you.
Mm.
Whenever you feel knocked off your center, your soul is always whispering, be still. It is reassuring you that everything is going to be all right, and everything is all right. Do not judge by appearances. The capacity of your physicality is not expansive enough to see the bigger picture. Trust in the invisible presence of your soul. I am still. I am at peace. My mind is peaceful. My heart is anchored in the truth that my soul is always guiding me. I release worry, doubt, and the fear of the unknown. My soul knows which actions are highest and best for me to take in any given moment. My daily spiritual practice fine-tunes my ability to hear clearly. My soul says yes. Thank you, order, in me, through me, as me, around me, through the Christ within, and so it is. And the scripture is, the Lord will fight you. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Exodus 14:14.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Ade.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whew. Yes.
Another scripture says, I perfected all that concerns you.
Right.
You know, it's
Yes.
like you know, lean into God with everything.
You
And
know,
do
the
your
beauty. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I just say and do your part. It's like,
Yes.
you got to do your part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Walk through the
And
fire.
it's like the beauty of spiritual truth. It's simple. It really is simple.
It is.
It's really simple. We've sometimes, I see the spiritual journey, or what I call a conscious spiritual journey, because I believe that everyone's on a spiritual journey. But for me, it's kind of synonymous to leaving home looking for home. You know, we leave home learning all these principles, different modalities, yoga, different things, whatever you want to, and there's no judgment of any of it. But we get to a point where we realize we had it all along.
Yeah.
And also the what you said earlier about applying what we've learned, and we realize we've been home all along.
Yes.
We've been home all along. We just needed to see ourselves differently, to release the stories and the lies that we've been told about ourselves, and to
Yes.
just sit in the presence, to sit in the presence, and that doesn't ask for anything, to just be there. I know sometimes there's stuff going on in the mind that makes it hard, but I'm grateful for this space that as a group, we can just sit in right here
Mm-hmm.
and just feel the soul, feel the spirit, feel God.
Mm-hmm.
And just that movement, however you feel it, I feel it in my heart. That's
Mm-hmm.
that movement for half a second is transformative.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we are truly in God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not for just for a moment. Like if you can feel it then, if you can feel it, it's already changed some part of you.
Yes.
So like, it's like you're already different because you felt it. So it's expanded the place for your territory. Just that, and then we acclimate and we learn to dwell there. I love that 23rd Psalm that says, you make me to lie down in green pastures. You lead me beside the still waters. You restore my soul. You lead me in the path of righteousness for your name's sake, for your energy, for your wherewithal, for everything. Yay! Even when I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, of changes, I will fear no evil, for God is with me. God is with me. So God is working through me. And God is always here. We confound appearances with reality. That's what Ramana Maharshi says. We confound appearance with reality. Appearance carries its end in itself. What is it that appears anew? If you cannot find it, surrender unreservedly to the substratum of appearances. Then reality will be what remains. It's like this Ramana Maharshi, man, it's just so simple. He just said, it's the here. He says it's here. It's when you get all that stuff out of the way and you go like, it's myself. But it's a capital S-E-L. It's like it's not the self that's threatened. It's not the self that's limited. It's not the self that is opinionated. It's not the self that is judgmental of itself. It's not the self with no confidence. That's the little self. That's my self, my little self.
My self. I like that.
But when you get to soul self, when you get to the soul self, woo, baby. We don't even have to talk about confidence and who we truly are. It's like those words, you don't need them anymore. You're it, and you're glowing, and you're doing what you came to do, and you know that doesn't make you better or lesser than anybody. It's you. It's you in the pure essence of who you are. Here to deliver what it is, like. I'll tell you, this teacher here, he cracks me up. Because he just didn't need anything. He didn't need anything because it's like, what is it? I'm here. It's who I am. It's who you are. But he was just so brilliant. So he spent his life just explaining that to people all the time. And people would, come to see him just to hear the truth about who they were. And he just tell them the truth. And then sometimes people want to be around you because they say, well, she's holy. Instead of getting that, we don't have to do that. But it's nice to sing together, though. I'm telling you now. That's good. But then again, you get around people like that, too. Like I know being around His Holiness the Dalai Lama, it was in A.T. Ariyaratne, Mama Hill, and some other very incredible women that I've known in my life. Lissa Sprinkles was one of those kinds of women. My mom, many times. It's like there's something that shifts in you. But right now I'm thinking about A.T. Ariyaratne out of Sri Lanka. There's just something that, and His Holiness the Dalai Lama, those two. It's like, whew, wow. And they look at you and they see you. No words. You know. And you have such gratitude for the privilege to just see someone that sees you.
Yes.
And then you learn how to see others. You take that gift and you see others. And you hold others like that and love others like that. And I have to work on myself because I'm in the world like you. I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff that gets in there. A lot of stuff that gets in there that tells me, okay, I got to do it this way because these people over here, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I come here on Wednesday nights. I sing these songs in the daytime when y'all ain't here. I'm cleaning up and I'm just remembering, and then I'm walking with God again. It's like, hey, there's more than enough. It's all good. in here, in my soul. It is well with my soul. Hey, and when you forget, turn on bradio.org
To reconnect.
to reconnect. You know, it's still coming together, but you're invited to turn on B Radio, BRAD. There it is, Sound of Inspiration, 24 hours a day, and look for beautiful things to happen. And we're going to start doing these things called 5 spots, but it's just shorts. It's conscious shorts. And people on the thread, if you want to record your voice on a voice memo. And I got to figure out a way that you can send that in, that we can include it on the radio station, like something affirmative that you want to say, like, hey, this is Kimberly Powell, and I'm coming to you from Los Angeles or wherever you're from, Kimberly. Kimberly, where you
Atlanta.
from?
She's in Atlanta.
Okay. Hey, this is Kimberly Powell, and I live in Atlanta, and I want to tell you that to love is just the most wonderful thing in my life. It shifted, blah, blah, blah. You know, just give your let's say your 30 seconds, 30, 45 seconds about what you want to say. And then we can include that in the radio station throughout the day, different things that we're saying. So you on the thread, join us, okay? I just want to tell you that for B Radio. Thank you. And then we got Life Coach Ade, who has a beautiful program, Being You, that comes on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and 6 p.m. UK time.
Yay!
Yeah,
You're just on it.
Will you be? Is the first and third Wednesdays?
First and third. So this Tuesday coming, I'm doing a show live.
Okay.
And then they can catch the archive on YouTube. YouTube.com LC Radio.
Yes, and you can see what he's up to and hear the beautiful conversations. I want to thank everybody for coming on to be with us this evening. I want to invite you to join me in the Be Hood on Sunday. Hey, if you didn't check out the interview that I did with Lee Harris for LeeHarrisEnergy.com, you can find that link somewhere, probably on my Facebook page, or on RickieByars.org, hopefully soon. Sometimes my web person is a little slow to get things up. She's got 2 kids. It's a lot of work. Raising children, doing websites. It's a whole lot going on. But Lee Harris is an amazing channeler. And you might want to check out his programs. He's got some beautiful forecasts and the way he just reads the energy. And so our interview was really good. So I hope you can check it out and let me know how you liked it. Okay, just hit me up at RickieByars@gmail.com and let me know how you like that. Or don't hit me up. Okay. Yeah. So we see you this coming Sunday in the Be Hood, and see you on Being You, see you on B Radio, and and if we don't see you, I just know that right where you are, you will be being you. You will be bringing your best, yourself, which will be your best, you know, everywhere you go. And let your joy be so triumphant that you rest in God and say, Regassa. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. One more thing. This coming Thursday, Soul Sisters Thursday is coming up. So check out soulsisterstoday.com and meet us on Soul Sisters. It's a beautiful gathering. Soul Sisters and Brothers tomorrow night. Soul Sisters and Brothers. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be so much fun and so wonderful. So thank you. And hey, here's a shout out to Reverend Greta Sachita, who meets you in the middle starting at 7 o'clock. Peace and radiant light to all of you. God bless.
Peace and blessings.